Hi, my name is Micah and I am too fat. And I guess I want to change that, but it's a little complicated, but not really because I'm making excuses. So anyway, here's my first weigh in. As you can see, I weighed in at 87.7 kilograms. I'll put the pounds somewhere here. If people even watch this, I don't even know why I'm making this video. I'm not going to tag anything in it or anything, so nobody's going to find it. But I guess for own accountability, to track my own progress. 87.7, it's not the lowest I've never been, it's not the highest I've ever been. The highest has been 110 kilograms, and the lowest, well, the lowest after medication or since I've made an attempt to lose weight has been 78 kilograms. I am beyond frustrated that I am up this high again. A little bit to my backstory. I live in Austria, by the way, and I'm German. That's why my English is kind of weird. I grew up English speaking, but like I don't really use it anymore. So a lot of times I struggle for words. So I'm sorry if that annoys you. Anyways, I've always had a normal weight. I've always had a normal BMI. I've always had butt and hips, but I was never fat. I was always in the normal realm of weight. And then I got diagnosed with borderline personality disorder. Well, you know, a lot of shit happened in between that, but ultimately I got diagnosed with borderline personality disorder, and one way of treating or of aiding, I mean, the main form of treatment is therapy, but one of the ways of making it easier on a person with borderline personality disorder is putting them on an antipsychotic, which acts as a mood stabilizer, not, you know, as a mood stabilizer that you would maybe prescribe to a person with bipolar. I've heard people, bipolar people, taking antipsychotics for that reason as well. But anyways, if you take it in a lower dosage, antipsychotics can work as a mood stabilizer, and that is what I take twice a day, which has helped me tremendously with the mood swings. However, most antipsychotics do have the possibility of weight gain, in my experience, because I get extremely hungry when taking them. I am already taking the alternative to the alternative. So I started out with Seroquel and I gained 40 kilos in like a year. It was crazy. I would eat 300 grams of chocolate during the night, not even remember it because I was so hungry, and it's this very specific hunger for simple carbohydrates. So even if I try, and you know, sometimes what I've tried is prepare myself a large healthy meal, so at least that way I would take in something healthy and a little less caloric, but it just, the hunger would not or is not satisfied until I eat those simple carbohydrates, which is extremely frustrating. And of course, this means that I really struggle with losing weight. Right now I am at a BMI of 29.7, which is only 0.3 away from being obese again. I'm still in the overweight category now, but yeah, it is very close to being obese again, and all the health problems that come with that. I have tried a lot. I'm not going to say everything because I'm sure there's things out there that I haven't tried, but I have managed, until the lockdown, I had managed to at least keep my weight steady at around 80 kilograms, 80 to 83. It always kind of fluctuated between that. With doing an insane amount of exercising, plus I have a quite physical job, I'm a makeup artist, and watching what I eat. So that means I pretty much eat healthy, or what my dietitian that I saw recommended. So I eat right, I exercise, I do everything right for about 90% of the day, and then when I take my antipsychotic at night during the day, I can deal with the hunger, I can, because I'm distracted, but at night I take the antipsychotic and about an hour and a half later, I get these insane cravings, and I empty my fridge. And I've tried not having any of the things in the house, but I eat anything with sugar in it. I've taken pure sugar and eaten it with a teaspoon because the cravings were so insane. Or I've eaten a glass of honey, or of jam, just straight like that, because I needed to satisfy that craving. And if you've never experienced that, it is very difficult to explain, and because people are just like, well, just, you know, don't give in, prove some willpower, don't give in. It's, yes, technically it should be simple like that, but I'm an addict, and an alcoholic, so I've been clean and sober for 8 years now, but I know what it feels like to crave things in an addiction setting, and I have not overcome those addictions. I mean, I'm still an addict, but you know, I'm no longer using, I am no longer drinking, so I think I have proved myself that I have some sort of willpower, some sort of perseverance when it comes to cravings like that. But I have never felt something like this, never felt something like these cravings I get for sugar from these antipsychotics. I feel like I'm going to die if I don't get it. And what I used to do when I was first getting sober and clean was like, okay, I'm gonna wait 5 minutes, or even 1 minute, and whatever happens then happens, but in the next 1 minute I'm not gonna use or drink. And I would kind of increase that, and I've tried to apply that method with these hunger cravings, but it doesn't work that way, because I won't eventually fall asleep. Like, what used to happen is that eventually I get so exhausted that I fall asleep. With these cravings, I don't fall asleep because I'm in such agony that I can't fall asleep, and then I won't sleep the whole night and I have to work the next day, or I won't sleep for 2 nights and I have to work, and I can't allow myself to do that anymore, because back then I didn't have a life that I have now. I'm very proud of the life that I have created for myself, being mentally ill, being an addict, and I do not want to disturb that, okay? So my mental health is very, very important to me. It's very important to me that I sleep properly, even if that's just around 4 or 5 hours a night, at least 4 or 5 hours a night. That's already an improvement to what it used to be. But at the moment, I feel like I have to choose between my physical health and my mental health, and that is not a very nice position to be in. Anyways, I don't know if you wanted all this backstory. All I wanted to say, really, so I went to a doctor, a surgeon really, but he advertised himself on his website as a weight loss doctor, either surgically or conservatively, but they have this weight loss center, and they have dietitians, and they have physical therapists and whatever. So I went to go see him. It was 210 euros just to see him the first time, which is ridiculous. Particularly saying what he told me. So basically, the whole appointment, he just listed all the things that he can do that are not applicable to me, that he cannot do, that he doesn't think will work for me. In the end, what he told me was that I can either stop the medication, which is not an option because I need this medication to function, or I can get my stomach cut. What do you call it? Like a not a bypass. He said a bypass wouldn't work, but the one where they actually like take out part of the stomach. So a smaller stomach, essentially I'd have like 10% of my stomach left. Of course, this would not be covered by insurance, because insurance only covers this even, you know, starting at a BMI of 40. Even then, sometimes they don't want to cover it. So it would be around 10 to 15,000 euros for me to pay for the surgery. not even guaranteed that it would work, because potentially what could happen is that I get these cravings and I won't physically be able to satisfy them because my stomach will fill up so quickly. So basically I'll have the cravings, but at the same time I'll be very uncomfortable because my stomach is already completely full. Also, getting like part of your stomach taken out is a lifelong kind of thing. Like, you'll have to watch what you eat for the rest of your life, because it is more difficult to get the proper amount of nutrition that that your body needs in a smaller setting like that. So that is not what I want. I want to be normal, you know, for the whole of my freaking life. All I wanted to be is normal. And every single time I get a step closer, every single time I get a step closer to being normal, something else is thrown my way. And I'm really tired. I'm really, really tired of that. Okay, so, but what, in the end, using my shirt as a tissue, that is super sexy. In the end, what I have decided is I'm not gonna give up just yet. I'm not gonna get the surgery. I'm gonna start one last attempt of losing weight the normal way. Just by, so here's what I'm gonna do. Okay, so I was already very active at the gym. At the during the lockdown, I couldn't go to the gym, so I gained like 7 kilos. Because, as I said, with the amount of exercise I do, I managed to kind of stay at the weight that I was at, but I wasn't managing to lose. So I was already very active at the gym. I'm gonna continue being very active at the gym. That means I will exercise around 6 times a week. I have got myself a personal trainer. I have my first appointment with him in 1.5 hours. So I'm very excited about that. I did a little bit of strength training before that, but mostly cardio based. Usually what I do is kind of like half an hour of strength split, and then half an hour of cardio plus a warm up and a cool down, and that would be what I do like 6 times a week. Yeah, so I got a personal trainer. I don't know how much he is yet, continuously, because this first appointment is part of my gym membership. But if I want to see him further, I will have to negotiate the rate with him. So depending on how much he is, ideally I would like to see him twice a week, but I'm not sure I can afford that. But we will see. So ideally I'd like to see him twice a week, and then 4 times a week I do my own exercises. So I'm really going to focus on strength training, because if I am eating in excess of calories, I might as well build muscle with it and not fat. I don't know if that's actually how it works physiologically, but in my mind it does now. So I'm going to do that. I am going to follow the eating plan that my dietitian that I used to see, that I don't see anymore because she didn't really understand the whole craving thing, but I'm gonna nevertheless follow what she told me to follow with it, which is essentially eat 3 meals a day, high protein, and just balance. So, you know, it was kind of like with the portion sizes, like you should have 3 portions of whole wheat a day, then 3 portions of protein, and it was, you know, there's an example of how big a portion size should be. So I'm going to follow that. I am going to probably move my dinner to the time where I take my medication, so at least my stomach is kind of freshly full, and in an attempt to kind of lessen the cravings a little bit. But in my experience, no matter what I eat before, it doesn't mess with the cravings, you know, like I get the craving regardless whether I eat at 4 p.m. I take my medication at 8 p.m., whether I eat 4 p.m. or 8 p.m. Anyways, so I'm gonna do that. I'm also waiting for an appointment with a weight loss clinic that uses the GLP-1 hormone, which is like a colon hormone, which is supposed to help with your satiated feelings. So like you feel full quicker. Not sure if that is actually I don't know. The doctor that is responsible for that is on vacation right now, so I'm waiting for a call back from them. This is also, if I do this, it's going to cost like 3,000 euros. But I guess, you know, I'm desperate, so that's, yeah, anybody can sell me anything right now, which is ridiculous. Even though I've tried so much and I've failed so many times, I still get excited and fall for things, and then I get disappointed. When the doctor told me that my only option basically is to get surgery on my stomach, I cried for like 3 days because I don't know, to have your hopes squashed like that is not a fun feeling. So I'm going to weigh in every Thursday. I expect my weight to go up a little bit because I am supplementing with creatine. I am also obviously going to do a lot of weight training, strength training, which may initially make your weight go up, because your muscles are inflamed and therefore water is attracted to the muscles. I am going to write down everything I eat, even the binges at night, which I didn't used to do because I don't know, I just didn't want to write it down because it makes it more real, but I am going to write it down. I'm going to attempt to stay 500 calories in deficit. And I'm going to base that on my Fitbit, how much I have burnt. In my past experience, I don't know if it's the Fitbit fault that it is way overestimating how many calories I burn, but 500 in deficit has not been enough for me to lose weight. I should also mention that I have PCOS, which makes it even more difficult for me to lose weight. Doesn't make it impossible, just makes it more difficult. It's just another added thing of it's making it more difficult, but whatever the researcher says, I don't believe that it is impossible for me to lose weight. It might be very, very slow, but I have to, for my mental health, I have to believe that it is possible. All right, I have blabbed on long enough. I will keep you updated, I guess. Bye.